How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about XELA. We ended up seeing a strong market today, but it ended up pulling back. And I feel this update video will give you guys a clear picture of what you want to look forward to. Inside of the private group, we did not touch XELA whatsoever. But there were some people that were inside of the group that were looking to get out, and they had the opportunity to do this without losing any money. So let's first jump into it. So we're going to be going over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. We're going to be looking at areas of support and also wanting to know, hey, where are some areas that XELA needs to get to in regards to being bullish? And also, what is that range you look out for where it's definitely going to be a favorable situation if you are deciding to go long, but do know you're doing that at your own risk. And then secondly, we're going to be taking a look at Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information, the short borrow fees. We're also going to see how many shares are available to short and all of that good stuff. And then when that is done, we'll be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, what have institutions been up to? Are there any large scale orders that went through for today? This is very key because it will have an impact on the stock price. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for XELA. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $2.75, being down 9.84%. On the low, it tested $2.53, and then on the high, testing $2.90. So let's take a look at the volume stats on the day. So as far as the volume is concerned, we traded at 72.394 million shares. And as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it's at 234.61 million shares. So it's still below average, but for the most part, one of the things I want you guys to pay attention to, we are using the 1-year daily chart, are the indicators. So you can see down below, the RSI is right around 52.46. And this is because it's been cooling off. It was as high over here, as you can see, being at right around 76.91. So of course, it's having a healthy pullback. So one of the things that we can see very clearly here, we are sitting right on the 21-day EMA, closing at $2.75 and it being at $2.71. So when we saw it test 250, of course, we already know this is the area of support. We've talked about this in previous videos. So it was great to see that it was able to hold up and it closed at 275. But it's also one of those things, since it has been on a downtrend and the pattern is looking fairly bearish here, there is a possibility where we can end up retesting this area going into tomorrow. But if we end up getting more volume and there's a lot more buying pressure, then of course I want to look forward to seeing a move and getting comfortable back into the $3 range. If it does decide to pull back below 250, then the next area that you'd want to keep an eye on will be around to make sure if it could hold up around 240. And if 240 doesn't hold up, then of course you're going to want to see some strength in regards to the next area being here right around 220. For myself, I feel that XELA should be able to hold up 250. So if it decides to trade in this range between 250 and $3 and just kind of consolidate and build support, I feel this is a great setup as far as making a move to the upside. Because like I was saying previously, as far as XELA is concerned, if you are inside of this play, this is a momentum play that thrives on volume. So when it doesn't get that volume, you're not going to get those big time moves that you're used to seeing previously due to the fact that, hey, it's just not trading as many shares as it was. So around Fintel, we're going to take a look at the short interest information for XELA. So when we see the short volume ratio, it is around 31%. As we scroll down on the page, short shares availability is at 3.4 million, updated 8 minutes ago. And as far as for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 19.74, updated 8 minutes ago as well. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see the close from the 19th, it was at 29.47. 27. So this went down from what we saw on July the 16th being at 31.00. But what this means is XELA still has short squeeze potential, but I'm going to say it again, it thrives on volume. So unless we have a lot of buying pressure, then of course we can look forward to seeing that short squeeze. Well, we need that buying pressure. If we don't get it, then shorts are going to continue to short this stock, and you're going to continue to see the pressure on the overall stock price. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for XELA. So we can see here on the inflow we have 49, and on the outflow we have 41. So we have 18 on the large, 24 on the medium, and also 7 on the small. When we take a look at the outflow side, we have 15 on the large, 19 on the medium, and 6 on the small. So inflows definitely did beat out outflows for today. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, so for the past 5 days, we have 3 inflow days and we only have 2 outflow days. And as far as for the 20th, which was today, we ended up having an inflow day, and of course these numbers are in the millions. It was at 2.89. So taking everything into consideration, I know what you're saying, Dre, so if we ended up having an inflow day, why did XELA end up finishing red on the day? And part of the reasons being is a lot of selling pressure. I was showing people even inside of the private group, there's a lot of people who are in this play and they're selling out. That's part of the reasons why when it hits certain areas of support, you keep seeing it pull back. But at the same time, what I'm going to be looking forward to is seeing some strength going down inside the after hours. If we end up seeing that, you know what, it could finish at least above $2.75, then we can look forward to seeing a possible test going to $3 into tomorrow, especially if the market conditions are strong. Because XELA, what we could see, institutions are loading inside of this play. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for XELA, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, we could see this play still has a lot of short squeeze potential. We could also see as far as the borrow fees are concerned, it is still fairly high. So taking this, what I want to look forward to in regards to XELA is seeing a spike. I talked about this inside of the private group, and many of the people who got out of the play, they're actually looking, hey, when is the next opportunity to get back in? Because that's definitely the focus here. I am not trying to create any bag holders whatsoever. If you do decide to hold the stock for yourself throughout all of the volatility, even if you have a high cost average, then of course you're doing what works best for you. But as far as how I look at these stocks and how I play these stocks, I trade them off of momentum and off of swings. And there's something called opportunity cost. Many people will say, well, you know what, it is okay, buy it at the $4, buy it at the $5 level, just sit down and hold it. All that time that you sit down holding on these shares, just think about what you could be doing with that money inside of another play. And these are part of the reasons why I always say, if there's plays that you're looking to hold long term, then have a portfolio or have an account for that. But if you have an account that you're using for swing trades, when it comes to these particular plays, you're only going to be going in when the setup actually looks good. And what this means for XELA is that there's a lot of volume going through the play. If we don't end up getting a lot of volume, hey, we can end up having an inflow day, but you'll still see that the price is looking suppressed. And part of the reasons why that's happening is because of short sellers. They are manipulating the stock. So I want you guys to keep this in mind. And then also, I forgot to also mention many people who are selling, especially when it does get to $3. I can see a lot more people who are going to be selling out. And especially when it makes that move, we're looking for it to actually go to $4. You're going to have a lot of people who are going to be selling as well. So that's what I'm saying. It's definitely going to be a hard road for XELA to get back to those highs where it got to previously. But again, is it possible? Maybe. It's going to be dependent on the factors that I always talk about. But I want you guys to understand this, and if you are interested in joining the private group, you can find the link down inside the description. Like I said, my whole focus is, as far as when it comes to trading on shares, you want to have a strategy. Just don't choose to be a bag holder because you are stuck in a play. If you have the right entry and you have the right exit, then you shouldn't be bag holding anything. And that's one of the reasons why I want to emphasize this, and I'm very transparent on YouTube about it. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that are going to tell you, yeah, it's going to keep going to the move. Oh, there's no way it can pull back. It's going to $10. You're not going to get this on this channel. I'm being realistic. I'm showing you guys what your expectations should be. With all of that said, let's hopefully see XELA get into the $3 range. And like I was saying, I would love for it to go to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And part of the reasons being is I know many are holding it and I want to see them being profitable. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.